Welcome to my city. Accessibility is very important, not just for wheelchair users, but also if you're a mother with a child, also for elderly people, and for people who are less mobile. The streets in most part of the city are pretty doable. There are a few places I personally avoid, but overall it's pretty good. I do see that the city is improving. New buildings are becoming more accessible for different people. In my city there are also options, like different kinds of sports that you can try. I tried fencing and tennis in the area, and there are a lot more. Public transport, and there are also special arranged like a taxi service that you can use if you are disabled. And I know a lot of people, including myself, at some point in our lives we are dependent on it, like a lot of elderly, but also people who are wheelchair users and don't have their own car. In these times we have elevators, we have ramps, public restrooms. I'm very grateful and blessed that I live in a country, in a city where I have a lot of opportunities. It could be a lot worse. I can work, I can live independent, and I have the resources, and that's very important. Not long ago, disabled people didn't have rights, and that's, for me, it's so hard to imagine. But I'm very glad that I live in a time that we are working on this, and it's getting better and better. But we have to fight for it. My favorite places are going to the park, visiting nature. And so far I experienced that my environment, like the city and around the city, it's very well organized. I'm very glad because it makes my life better. It improves the quality of life. People that are disabled can have meaningful lives, and they are not less than anyone else, because in some way or some form, like almost everyone has some type of disability, and some are just more visible. Accessibility is super important for me. I guess you can guess why. Because I have my whole life probably still left to roll around in this world, and of course I wanted to be as accessible as possible, but also for the future generation. And a disability does not discriminate. It can happen to anyone, anytime, anywhere in the world. So if it happens, you would definitely want your environment to be accessible. So just keep that in mind and celebrate what you have. And not just in the physical world, but also online, on the web. It's very important to have accessible web pages because everybody needs access to information, and the better that is organized, the better the world works, right? And also include people who are blind and deaf And I mean, I am a wheelchair user, so that's what I know from my experience, but there are many disabilities out there, and every disability is different, so it's a lot of work to create an environment, a world that is really accessible for all, but we all can contribute to it. Every city that makes it easier for people to get around and improve quality of life should be celebrated and rewarded. Enter the Access City Award now and celebrate accessibility for all. Sign up your city because it's just super important to keep sharing also the positive changes that are happening in Europe and in European countries. So it's not all bad, you know, so we have to highlight also the good things that are happening. It's very important to keep sharing stories also about accessibility and people who live in a wheelchair and how they live their lives. And everybody does it differently. Sharing to create understanding. Accessibility matters. If you have any questions or if you have a comment, please let me know. Did you guess which city I live in? For those who live in the city as well, they will recognize it immediately. For those who don't, I live in Arnhem. It's the capital city of the province Gelderland. So it's one of the bigger cities in Holland. The deadline for application is the 9th of September this year, so don't wait too long. For more information about the Access City Award, please check out the link below in the description box. Share in which city you live down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And see you guys later.